Philadelphia Eagles select Devontae Smith, wide receiver, Alabama.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Party on Broad. Today, it is NFL Draft Eve, and I've got my man Ryan from Philly Sports Alliance. Please be sure to go check them out on Facebook, YouTube, everything, all the above. Ryan?
What's going on, bud? It's finally nice to be on a show with you.
I know.
All this time, yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't understand how that happened, but time flies, I guess.
Right.
But, man, it is the eve of the NFL draft, and this is our last, or at least for me, my last live Eagles mock draft. We're doing 4 rounds here, and we're trying to create the perfect mock for the Philadelphia Eagles. You never know how these things can go. You never know. This is live. And, guys, if you're watching us live, please be sure to comment, react, grade our selections. Let's just jump right into this thing, man. I guess I'll go. And we're using the Draft Network's mock draft simulator. Again, it's Eagles 4 rounds. Here we go. Let's see who goes first with the first overall selection. Trey Walker to the Jags. Aiden Hutchinson to the Lions. Sauce to the Texans. Gibbs to the New York Jets. Jermaine Johnson to the Giants. Evan Neal to the Panthers, not a quarterback. I think I put this on slow, by the way. Icky goes to the Giants. So Sauce is on the board currently with the Seahawks. And I saw a thing in the Athletic about how the Eagles have been talking. Don't believe anything you hear at this time. But there is a thing. But I'm looking at my board. Pick 10 and see what we can get here. Give them a 4th. Will they take a 5th? Give them a 4th. See what they say. Let's see what the New York Jets say here. Sorry, they have denied it. All right, I'm going to roll the dice again. Let's see what happens. Oh, my gosh. That was so fast. I hate it when it jumps like that, man. I was at a heart attack.
It does that, too. It does 2 at a time sometimes when you repause it.
All right, Vikings. Let's do this thing.
I mean, they got to take a 4th now, right?
Oh, yeah. They definitely are interested. Oh, yeah. We have traded up for a 7th round pick.
Wow.
Let's do this thing. And we are going to take my number 1 player on my big board, and that is Kyle Hamilton out of Notre Dame. Just a flat-out stud in the defensive backfield, an unreal combination of size, speed, intelligence, versatility, can play in the box, stop the run, go sideline to sideline, be a quarterback's worst nightmare in coverage. This is a 10-year All-Pro, I think, from the jump. I think this is one of the bona fide superstars in the draft. And the fact that we got him at pick number 12, the perfect Eagles mock is underway. Here we go. Let me make that selection.
Absolutely fantastic selection so far. That's a dream for me, is to get somebody like Hamilton, Gardner, somebody, even to a slightly lesser degree, Stingley. We need help in the defensive backfield, majorly. And we need people that are going to grow with this team and be here, as you said, potentially, and hopefully for 10 years. And Hamilton fits that bill. And, the fact that his 40 times were a little bit slower, that's kind of helping in our favor. Yeah, exactly. Like,
I don't believe it. I don't care.
The fact of the matter is, he's so smart, and he's going to move before other people are moving. So he already has a step before, anybody else. So I couldn't love this pick any more than I do. Fantastic. And for what? You gave up a 7th?
That's number one guy on my big board. He's been that way for a while. And Rufus says, this is the only mock draft worth watching. Thank you, Rufus. Cody's in the house. What is Dives going to do to me this time? So my man Cody is a Patriots fan, and he knows that I've got my eye on several of these defensive backs, and I've got, at least in my opinion, the number one. Right below that is Sauce, but for me, I love Kyle Hamilton, man. Just a major game changer. Do you want to share your screen and do your first pick?
Yeah, I'll throw mine up there.
We'll just go pick by pick.
Yeah, well, I think I put mine on like super duper slow, so I don't give myself a heart attack.
I know. I almost died when, because you know the Vikings are looking at secondary, so that's the area you want to jump. That Jets, Texans area, because Hamilton or Stingley or one of my guys, Andrew Booth, is right in that.
Whoa! Oh wow. Okay, well, that didn't work out as well as I'd like, so I'm just going to kind of let it ride here. Hamilton and Stingley and Sauce are already off the board, so.
Oh no!
Wow, that I didn't even see who went to what was it, Baltimore at 14. Let's just humor these offers here. Have no real interest in trading back 17 spots for a third and a sixth. A fourth. I don't think either of those are to my liking. All right, so Zion Johnson ended up going to Baltimore.
Okay.
So I kind of got a little shocked here with the Hamilton pick at 8.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen one mock draft Hamilton to the Falcons. So that's awesome. I'm glad that happened. And then of course Stingley goes right after. All right, whatever. Wilson, okay, I certainly like him too.
Try McDuffie, man. Going number 13 is a shot.
Super early as well. Jordan Davis, I certainly would have liked to have fallen, but I'm not in the mindset of trading up for him. If he's there at 15 and there are no, stud options, that would be a great pick. But as of right now, I don't really see a trade scenario that I like. And anybody who watches any of my shows knows that I'm a big linebacker guy. And I have been pining for a linebacker, but I'm actually going to roll the dice and wait until 18 to see if my boy Lloyd is there. So with that being said, long story short, I prefer Jameson Williams over Drake London, pretty much 10 out of 10. So I am going to go with a wide receiver, even though my heart really wants defense. This has got to be a no-brainer to add another Alabama wide receiver to go with Smith, have the combination, have that camaraderie, and just hopefully give Jalen Hurts the weapons he needs to prove himself this year. So I'll go Jameson Williams, and I'll put pause, and you can
awesome
flip on over to you.
All right, so I am on the clock here at pick 18. I'm looking at the board, and I think this is probably one of the best situations for the Eagles, because you've got Malik Willis still on the board. You've got Kenny Pickett still on the board. So I'm in that frame of mind. I've already got Kyle freaking Hamilton on the Philadelphia Eagles, man. It doesn't really matter what I do the rest of the time. I'm going to be at least on day one during our watch party, I'm just going to be running circles around the living room because I'm just going to be so happy. That's buying that jersey the second that the Eagles made that selection.
Immediate purchase. I've always said that you can always tell that you had a great job if you get one of those players that's an immediate purchase.
Yeah.
And Hamilton, to me, is an immediate purchase jersey.
All right, so let's see what – I'm looking right at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, 1,000%. Jump in New Orleans to get that first QB off the board.
They'll give me a third-round pick. I really want the second-round pick. What if I gave them – trade 2 spots back, got a second-round pick, and I gave them a fourth? Let's see what happens.
Not bad at all.
All right, so we have Move back 2 spots here. Whoa. I hate it when it jumps like that.
Yeah, it's too quick.
There it is. So
Yeah.
Malik Willis to Pittsburgh. I am back on the clock here. I'm at 20. And yeah, I'm going to keep doing it. Let's go and say what's up to the Arizona Cardinals.
Perfect.
I'll take a 3rd round pick. There will be a method to madness here, I promise you.
I mean, you essentially already just moved down 5 spots and picked up a 2nd and a 3rd.
Yep.
How do you not love that?
There's your boy, Devin Lloyd to the Patriots at 21.
Yeah, that one is pretty much on every mock draft that I see, and I can't let that happen.
Yep. All right, Chris Olave there to the Green Bay Packers. And there's a reason why I wanted to not trade too far back. You look at Buffalo, Tampa Bay, all those teams are teams that really truly needed a major upgrade in that secondary. So I'm going to go with one of the guys that I absolutely love, and I think he's an absolute stud, a true playmaker. And I'm going to, kind of seal the deal here on this Eagles defensive backfield. I'm going to go Andrew Booth Jr. with pick number 23. And I have really solidified my defensive backfield. So
that's perfect.
You.
Yeah, that's perfect. You essentially just turned a secondary, which basically had one guy in Darius Slay. And don't get me wrong, Anthony Harris, serviceable. I'm glad he's back. Decent player. But you essentially just got yourself 2 starters, impactful starters, that will completely turn this defense into something completely different.
Yep.
And you can't say enough about that because we need it. We need it huge. So far, I'm absolutely in love with yours. Let's hope.
Look at it. You got Darius Slay, Kyle Hamilton, and Andrew Booth Jr. now in the secondary. Jonathan Gannon, that's on you now.
Yeah.
Now.
A lot of pressure on him. All right, let's see what we got here. And I will resume the draft here with New Orleans taking a wide receiver. Shocker. The Lions are just really desperate for one of my picks this year, apparently. A future one and a 3rd. As much as I would love to, get another 1st for next year, I don't think I could trade back, 70 picks. Doesn't really seem like something I'd love to do. 4th, yeah. Let's see. The 4th, I don't think is enough to move back. And Pittsburgh, maybe I could see if they want a 3rd. Maybe I'll counter here. All right. Yeah, I would. I'd pick up an extra 3rd in 84 to move back 2 spots. With the prayers that my boy is still there at 20, right before the Patriots. All right, there's a lot of... Geez, Lions. You reek of desperation. Jets, yeah, no, I'm not trading back into the 2nd. Especially, yes, considering, Pittsburgh actually went with a safety, Daxton Hill. A little shocking. New Orleans went quarterback as, we all predict. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do it because I know that the Patriots are going to scoop him up in the next selection. My boy, Devin Lloyd, linebacker from Utah.
Very nice.
Easy choice here. Let me try and pause that. I essentially just got myself 2 immediate jersey purchases. So I'm just like you. I'm doing backflips with my selection so far.
Absolutely sensational selection. I don't know if Howie's going to do it, but I know Eagles fans. I know this is the year to buck the trend, man. He's an
That's
absolute.
that's what I'm saying. If there's ever been a year we have multiple picks, like you have multiple needs, you're not stuck into going one or two positions here. You can go so many spots and let the draft come to you. And again, if you that 18th pick, if so wide receivers come off the board, and you maybe you're not comfortable drafting, one of them. Devin Lloyd's sitting there saying, "Hey, I'm a game-changing linebacker. Let me play sideline to sideline. Let me transform this defense." It'd be a perfect selection for me.
Love that selection, man. Absolutely love that. All right, let's go on. I've stopped the draft board here. One of the guys I was looking at falling a little bit was Treylon Burks out of Arkansas. He was just taken by the Kansas City Chiefs. Not sure how much I like that. We're trying to make the perfect Eagles mock. And I'm looking at what my needs are. I've hit safety. I've hit cornerback on the Philadelphia Eagles. Next up, for me at least, it's wide receiver and edge rusher. I think the Eagles still need to address those two major positions. And for me, I'm looking at trading up here with the Detroit Lions. Let's see what can happen.
We know from my mock draft they're very desperate.
Are they?
They tried to trade with me 8 times.
That's true. All right, they do not want to trade. All right, that sucks. All right, let's see what happens.
Well, yeah, looking at the Chiefs, man, they just got Karlaftis and Burks. That's a great 1-2 punch at the end of the first round.
All right, let's see what the Giants. Maybe make a move with the Giants. Oh yeah.
Oh, definite.
Let's start with that.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to get. They seem to like that one.
All right, I'm trading up here with the New York Giants. Oh, fine.
It is a lot harder to trade in the division on Draft Network. That's for sure.
All right. All right. Let's see what happens here. I'm nervous because Sam Howell for the Giants.
Wow, they went QB.
I'm good with that. I am
It's
100% good with that. All right, what's up, Texans?
All right, Texans should be able to handle a trade.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they really like. Oh wow.
All right, so I got 2 impactful guys here. I've moved up here about 15 spots or so. I'm looking at, I think the edge class is one of the best classes in this draft. But after that, first tier, it kind of gets a little shaky with Kingsley Enagbari and Trey Jackson and Boye Mafe. And I'm not high on that. It's extremely raw prospects. But I'm going to go – I've already got 2 impact guys, and Kyle Hamilton and Andrew Booth Jr., who are day 1 starters. I'm going to go with a guy who I think has a ton of talent, but might need a little bit of time to see the field, and that is Mr. David Ojabo out of Michigan with pick 37. Oh, pause. So there it is. So
that's fantastic. Honestly, it's you're basically setting yourself up, and the Eagles, I feel like, can generally do this pretty well normally, is draft for a position that you don't necessarily need right now, but you're going to need in the future. And, Brandon Graham, obviously, coming off of a major injury, the Achilles, you don't know how long he has left in an Eagles uniform. So you're essentially replacing Brandon Graham eventually with another Michigan product.
Yeah.
And Ajabo's going to basically redshirt this year with his injury. So he'll sit, he'll learn, he'll listen, and by the time next year rolls around and training camp and OTAs, he'll be ready to go and slide right in there, because most likely Brandon Graham may not be there.
Yep. All right, so David Ojabo. I think that second round area is a real good area to roll the dice on one of these boomer bust guys. He was among the top of my boomer bust video in this draft. He's definitely raw. He's definitely going to need a lot of polish. But like you said, you nailed it. Now, Brandon Graham will bring that guy in open arms and just say, here's how it is, fella, and do what he needs to do as the veteran leader of this defense. So that being said, you are on the clock.
All right, let's let this roll a little bit. Obviously I don't have selection until 31, so I can kind of play around to see what falls. Um, let's see. So what did I get? I got a wide receiver. I got a linebacker. I need some secondary. I'm looking at hopefully safety in the second round. Oh yeah, there. Jabo goes 30. How is Howell getting picked for Kenny Pickett? Makes zero sense to me. I mean, I was gonna say, listen, Nakobe Dean's still on the board. I would, I would relish going linebacker. All right, Colts fourth. Let's counter that and say, you know what? Why don't you take that? Oh, wow. You really want to take that? Oh, wow.
Nice. I wish it was this easy.
All day. All day. Seventh rounder to move up. What did I move up? Like 10 spots? 9 spots? 9 spots?
I wish it was that easy.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, so as I said before, I'm looking to get some secondary help. So I have somebody like a Kyler Gordon from Washington. I have Jaquan Brisker from Penn State. I was going to say Jalen Pitre, right? Is that how?
I thought it was Petrie. I could be wrong.
Well, I'm sure we'll find out tomorrow night, or maybe not. Maybe Friday night.
Mhm.
You have Woolen there. So you have a couple of guys that are decent selections, but with I think if I had to say something that I'd rather have is safety over corner right now, and my top guy available is Brisker from Penn State. So I am going to make the easy selection, get Brisker, Penn Stater, bring him into the team, and fill that starting position because no one wants to. No one wants to deal with our starting safeties right now outside of Harris. So Brisker's an easy selection for me. I really do love this kid. I think he will kind of fall in line with the success of second round choices that the Eagles have made over the last X amount of years. We always seem to have a little bit more luck with our second rounders, but I really like this kid. I think, due to the talent of just overall talent in the first round, I think he could have easily been a first round selection. So to get him at 42 to move up, for a seventh rounder, yeah, that works for me.
Dude, I love Jaquan Brisker. He's my number 2 safety on my big board. I absolutely love your selection. 6'1", 203 pounds. He's a physical safety who thrives, I think, most in the box, but he didn't allow a single reception in man coverage in 110 snaps last year. So he can do it all, man. Great in coverage. There's not a lot he can't do. And what I love about him at that size, like, he moves really fluid. He's a fluid mover, man. Great athleticism. I think that is a no-brainer selection. I wanted him in my show last night with Chris Maui, and he took him just before me. Jaquan Brisker is an absolute stud. We've got Squidward in the house. Any chance? Thank you so much for the donation, man. Appreciate it. Any chance the Eagles take a tight end or running back on day 2? Any thoughts on that, Ryan? I've got a few.
Yeah, obviously there are some chances. The Eagles love 2 tight ends. And right now, who is that guy? Is it Richard Rodgers? Is it Jackson? I could absolutely see them grabbing a tight end. I don't know necessarily about day 2. I think 4th round might be the tight end spot. Running back, on the other hand, it's hard for me to fathom them taking one that early, but unless there is like crazy good value, I don't know. I just don't see why they hate Miles Sanders so much. They just have to use him. Like, yeah, he's not perfect, but what are you gonna do? Run out there, but Boston Scott? Like, come on. Like, but personally, if I had to put money on it, I would say no to either one on day 2. Early day 3, though, yeah, high chance.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. So tight end, some tight ends to keep a lookout on is Trey McBride. He's probably going to go late round 1, early day 2 area. That's definitely. I don't think it should happen, but you never know. It's the Eagles, running 2 tight end sets. They love to do that, and then Greg Dulcich is a guy I think in that day 2 area that is really interesting. He's not very athletic, but he's a big guy. Great hands, can get in that intermediate area of the field. The guy you should know is Jelani Woods.
Jelani Woods, yeah.
Jelani Woods, 6'7". His raw athletic score is like literally 10 out of 10. He's raw, but he's got really good hands. He's a project like Jordan Mailata. You take him in day 3, you try and build him up. It's going to take a couple years. But he's got his measurables, size, and hands are absolutely off the charts. And for running back, I do not like the running backs in this class whatsoever. I don't have any running back for me in my top 60 or 70 on my big board. I think that doesn't mean I don't. I think Kenny Walker, I think Breece Hall, I think all those guys will probably go day 2. However, I wouldn't draft them. The guy I really like in this draft is Dameon Pierce out of Florida. Dameon Pierce is a bull, absolute bull. He's only like 6 foot, 6'1", but he's built. He's got great frame. He's got great hands. He's a great pass protector. That's definitely Dameon Pierce in that like round 3, round 4 area would be a home run selection for me.
Yeah, and I think it would be a really nice compliment to the room. That you have already established with Sanders, Gainwell, and Scott. To have somebody in there that big body bruiser, and he can certainly block. He can certainly catch passes out of the backfield. Obviously, it needs some work in a lot of areas, but that's again that's what you're getting out of a potentially a 4th rounder is somebody that you can build up a bit and kind of hone their skills. So. I think it would be a great selection to get somebody like that in day 3 to add to the room because clearly they're not in love with Miles Sanders, but they obviously have shown that when they run the ball and when they run the ball effectively as a team, they have a better chance of winning. Yeah.
Another guy to keep an eye out for is Georgia's James Cook. You look at kind of what Nick Sirianni loves out of his running backs, and I would even say Kenny Gainwell is a better fit for this Eagles offense than Miles Sanders, and that's being able to being that that threat in the receiving game as a running back in this offense. And James Cook is one of the best at that in this area. And he could probably go day 2. I don't think that would happen. But if he's sitting there like round 4.
I could see an end of round 3, somebody kind of reaching maybe for him. But yeah, he's in that late 3, early 4 round, and I like him as well. I may not be as low on like Hall and Walker as you are, but I still think both of those guys are again going to even a halfway decent situation should show pretty success in this league. Especially Hall. I really think he's going to come out of this as the best running back in the class for sure.
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for the donation, Squidward. We've got Pedro in the house saying, arriving here. What are your picks so far? I've got Kyle Hamilton at 12. I slightly moved up. Unbelievable. Then I traded back a couple of times. And then I got Andrew Booth Jr. in, I think, pick 23. Then I traded back up again, and I got David Ajabo. So I hit 3 major positions of need, in my opinion. And I think, am I on the clock or you picked, right?
I just went mine, and I'll recap mine.
Yeah.
I stayed at 15, went Jamison Williams. I traded back to 20 with Pittsburgh, selected linebacker Devin Lloyd. And then in the second round, I moved up to 41 and I just selected Brisker out of Penn State. So I got wide receiver, linebacker, and safety.
Love it. All right, so I am sitting here pretty much right where you are. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Pick 44, and I paused it because I want to make another trade.
I love all this wheeling and dealing. I love it.
Howie is wheeling and dealing, like you said. We're going to move up about 10 spots.
That's right. I forgot you got that second from Pittsburgh.
Gave him a future 7th.
That seems to be the going rate tonight.
Well, we're making the ultimate Eagles mock draft. That's the goal.
Right. Well, apparently there's something going on in the 7th round that we don't know about. As we're just.
All right. So I'm sitting here at pick 44. I traded up again, and I'm going to go with a guy that I have fallen in love with. I can't believe he's still on the board. I think he's a first-round selection, first-round talent. This guy's an alpha dog. My guy here is George Pickens out of Georgia. He has terrific size, downfield speed, just a major weapon in that, downfield, heavy passing attack NFL. His catch radius is outstanding. He's got great hands like we saw in the national championship game. And I think he projects best as an outside receiver. And I want to see Devontae Smith moved outside, inside a lot more next year. So I think this is just a pure X receiver that should thrive in the red zone and alongside Devontae Smith. So I'm going to make that my selection, George Pickens.
No, that's fantastic. To admit early on, I didn't know much about Pickens, and I saw one highlight reel of his, and I was absolutely shocked at what I saw, and just had to dive more into him. And the more and more I looked into him, just not even just necessarily the ability or the skills, it's the attitude.
Yes,
the attitude to me just made me so much more excited about this guy. And for him to come in here with that attitude, I just think he absolutely lifts up the entire wide receiver room, the entire team with that kind of attitude, and just would absolutely be beloved in Philadelphia with that attitude. So I think he's a perfect Philadelphia person to come in here, and especially to get him in the second round. Yeah, it would be absolutely loved here in Philly, for sure.
Well, so I had a Georgia podcast join Party on Broad 2 months ago to break down the Georgia players in this draft. And he just, yeah, exactly. He raved about George Pickens. Just he's like you said, the attitude, he's an alpha dog. He's an alpha. I mean, I want that in my wide receiver. I love a little TO in my wide receiver. They need a little diva. That mentality, I need that, and that's George Pickens through and through.
Yeah, no, 100%, and again, as kind of a draft falls, if I wasn't going to take a wide receiver in the first round, somebody like Pickens is absolutely a main target of mine for wide receiver in the second, without a doubt. So the fact, again, you moved out, barely gave anything. So far, you're hitting it out of the park for sure. I unfortunately am still not over Atlanta taking Kyle Hamilton. Where the world did that come from? I'm still really on it. So, all right, let's see. I'll kind of move it a little forward. I think I have that extra third to play around with. I really do need some D-line. Really could use some a corner. Let's see. There's Pickens to the Colts. All right. Yeah, see, nobody's screaming to me to trade up, to be perfectly honest, especially in the positions that I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that there's nobody there. Don't get me wrong, I like a lot of these players that are flying off the boards here, but It's when you do these, it always seems to be the positions you've already just taken. You're just going, man, I really should have waited on that one, huh? All right, so I have picks 83 and 84 coming up, and to be perfectly honest, I'm probably just going to let it ride. Well, of course, yeah, wide receiver and interior line, offensive line seem to be the fashionable. Yeah, I mean, if there was somebody I really wanted, I would probably do this. I'd actually probably switch it to a seventh, but yeah, I'm just going to let it go. Unfortunately, I know that's not necessarily the Howie way, but and certainly not your way either.
I think I made like 4 trades.
All right, what is this? That's a lot of weird moving parts. Yeah, no, I'm good. Appreciate it, Buffalo and Green Bay. All right, so I got myself a wide receiver, a safety, a linebacker. Obviously, I still need a corner. I need an edge. I need some interior defense and offensive line. Well, this actually says I need 2 corners. Okay, trying to tell me something, draft now.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of decent players here that I do enjoy. As far as value is going to go, I'm looking, at somebody like Cole Strange, looking at somebody like
A huge fan of Cole Strange. Huge fan.
This would be a decent spot to grab a tight end if one of the guys I was looking at really had fallen. Not a huge fan of Ruckert from Ohio State or Oden from Washington. So it may not be sexy, but I think I'm going to have to go with Cole Strange from Chattanooga with my first of 2 selections here. Get that guard of the future because, again, with Kelsey's uncertainty every damn year, you don't know what's going to happen. And, you have essentially 2 players that could slide in Sayamalu or Dickerson. Personally, I would say Sayamalu would be the one to slide in because I really, 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 really like that left side of the line with Malata. Just 2 big boys over there. So in the scenario for the future, Sayamalu kicks in, and you have Cole Strange who would then take over at the right guard position, and thus continuing the offensive line dominance that the Eagles so love. All right, so I got that taken care of. I really, really need an edge and a corner here. I think it's a little early for somebody like Kobe Bryant, although, it's Jelani Woods, as you had mentioned, from Virginia. Again, a little early. At this point, I think I'm just going to trade back.
Okay.
It's not exactly what I wanted to do here, as, these things happen when you're making, we all can't have Kyle Hamilton fall into our laps.
I love your Cole Strange pick. Cole Strange, I think, was my 5th rated interior offensive lineman. Extremely versatile, extremely athletic. Eagles fans, if you don't know who Cole Strange is, man, get to know that guy. He's that versatile lineman that Howie's going to love. And I would love to see him with Jeff Stoutland, man. I love that selection.
Yeah. So they obviously don't like that. You know what? I am going to take that off. I'm going to get myself nope. No, I'm not. Wow, the Bengals are stingy. Maybe I can get a... Nope, can't even get that. Oh, my gosh. All right, whatever. Okay, I'll get a 5th and a 6th next year. Just to move back. What am I moving back here? 11 spots. That should be an easy yes for them. Unfortunately, I could have certainly made some picks there. I could have, maybe reached on a player or 2. But I personally hate doing that because I always regret it at the end. So I'd rather just trade back. Hey, listen, we'll
Fine.
get a couple extra picks next year.
Yeah.
We'll be good. I'm still happy with my draft so far. So
Love it. All right, I am on the board here. Well, I'm not on the board, but surprise, surprise, we are trading up again.
oh boy,
We
we have
are.
17 third-round picks.
Who's on the board? Hold on. We're at pick.
Giants. Yeah,
Just
we know the Giants don't want to trade with you. Try Houston again. That worked out for you last time.
I know, right? Yeah. Kind of similar frame of mind. Oh, they don't want to do it. Oh.
Sometimes they just don't let you draft in the division. It's the weirdest thing.
Get out of here! All right.
No, it's just never going to happen, unfortunately. I tried a few times doing mock drafts to like trade up with like Washington at 11, and I literally threw the absolute draft at them, and they wouldn't accept it.
All right, we have moved up here. Similar frame of mind. I'm going to focus on the trenches. I need to build up this Eagles defensive line specifically. And a guy that I'm looking at, he's kind of a inside pass rusher. He's an interior defensive lineman, but he thinks he's a pass rusher. But the benefit of that is the Eagles love to rotate and move their guys all across the defensive line. And the guy I'm talking about was a 5-star recruit, DeMarvin Leal out of Texas A&M here with my selection. I think it's great value in round 3 as well. Just a great talent. It didn't really click for him that well, but for me, I'm good with it. I'm going to take DeMarvin Leal.
Honestly, I'm glad that I'm here doing this with you because I feel like because of my unfortune tonight, I feel like it makes your draft look that much better. You're absolutely killing it so far. And yeah, I'm probably gonna have a nightmare about that Atlanta kind of. Seriously, I will absolutely obsess about that as the night goes on. So, all right. Well, I have pick 95 coming up. Again, I have taken care of a few spots on the defense. Got an interior offensive lineman. Really, I'm still needing. Was that a fake trade? What just happened there?
I was on my end. My bad.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, what? Did I just get a trade offer? So obviously I still need a corner. I need an edge. I could use interior defensive line. I could use offensive tackle. And considering everything that has happened this offseason, or I should maybe even say the lack of what has happened in this offseason, yes, I absolutely have bigger needs. And I have a pick at 101 that I already pretty much have who I want selected. So I have a choice right now. I am going to go with something on the offensive side. And it's, again, I'm looking more at the value of everything. And I had thought about Tyreek Smith. Just again, because of the need. I personally don't have him this high. I think he's more of a, I don't know, probably 20 to 30 picks later in the draft type. That's just me. So I'm going to basically decide whether or not to go after somebody like an Alec Pierce, who I love, who catches everything. I think would be a really nice compliment to this wide receiver room. And, again, to me, it's more than just the selection here. It's what it tells Jalen Hurts. It's what it tells us as fans. Hey, listen, we're bringing in people to give as many weapons and to give Jalen Hurts as much opportunity to go out, show exactly what he can do. We're giving him more weapons, and now it's on him. And this way, we know definitively after the end of this year, God willing, whether or not he is the guy or not. And as much as I would love James Cook here, again, I think there's some good value later on in the draft here. I'm going to go another wide receiver. I'm going to go Alec Pierce because I absolutely really enjoy this man's play. And I think he would be a really nice compliment to the room. And you add Jamison Williams, Devontae Smith. You have Quez, and now you have Alec Pierce to go along. With whomever is going to be 5 and 6 if there is a sixth. Most likely Rager. He'll still unfortunately be here. I'm comfortable with that wide receiver room. And that's really what it comes down to is the comfortability of the skill players. So I'm good with it.
Yeah, Alec Pierce is a freak athlete. You just added so much speed, outside speed, to put pressure on a defense there with Jamison Williams and Alec Pierce. Rufus says Leal and Milton Williams is a scary pass rush on third downs. Rufus loves Cole Strange. He wants to see a little more violence from him.
True.
So I am on the clock here, and I'm just going to take my guy. If you've watched any of my mock drafts, 99% of them are going to have this guy. I'm going to go down here to my guy, Jelani Woods. He's a project. But in round 3, I'm willing to roll the dice. Immense measurables, one of the best of all time in raw athletic score at that position. Just a freak. Just a 6'7" freak that you can just develop, behind our guy.
What's nice is you have Goddard coming into this veteran role, so to speak, and you have bringing in somebody like Woods. You have somebody like Jackson. These are two guys that are just really, really raw, but they are so talented, so just skilled that all you need to do is have one of them just take that step, and then you would absolutely have another weapon, if not two, possibly having somebody like Jackson as your number 3, who they would absolutely use. They would use 10 tight ends if they could.
Yeah.
They like tight ends so much. So I absolutely love it. I am going to probably follow suit. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of who I was targeting with my pick at 101 here. We'll see if that happens. Although I had talked about somebody like a Tyreek Smith from Ohio State, who again is a huge need, and of course he just went to the Ravens, so I will never mind. Man, I'm just having a good time tonight. I'm just getting blocked by all these teams, strange picks, and of course Jelani Woods went 98 right there. Wow, this is fantastic.
Oh man,
Woo, man, I'm all right. Well, this is perfect because you can look at your draft, see how great it is, and then you can look at how.
No, it was fine.
Well, if that's the case, if I'm sitting at 101 and Tyreek Smith just went, in fact, Mathis was a guy I would certainly have loved to have had from Alabama. Woods, so basically 3 players in a row that I would have easily taken at 101 were just taken. So thank you, Saints, Browns, and Ravens. So that to me means I got to go running back here because James Cook, I think, is a great value here at 101. You're getting somebody here who could essentially replace Miles Sanders should the Eagles not want to extend him. So I know the Eagles love kind of getting that player before they need that player kind of thing. And this falls right in line with that. And not only that, but, again, he can be pretty productive as, a compliment to Sanders and to Gainwell. So I'm going to take James Cook here. Just continue on the offensive, onslaught that I didn't think I would actually be on right now.
All right, I love it.
My attention.
All right, I'm at pick 101 here. I have not addressed the linebacker position, surprisingly. A guy I really like on day 2 is Chad Muma, one of my favorite guys in this draft. But he went really high. He went at 43. Wow. I was looking for him, and I couldn't believe he was taken that high in this. I don't know if that's like he's rising in the draft or what, but good for him. Sucked for me. But for me, you look at Hassan Reddick's addition, you hope Jonathan Gannon's going to be using his linebackers to attack the quarterback a lot more this year, which was not happening. So for me, I'm going to go with a guy that's essentially like having another edge rusher at the position, and that is Darian Beavers out of Cincinnati. He's a monster, like 6'4", thrives. You know, he's going to be a role player, you know, at the start of his career, but he's a guy that I think will thrive getting to the quarterback, getting into the backfield on those rundowns. So for me, Darian Beavers at pick 101, maybe can, you know, go under the wings of Hassan Reddick and learn the position a little more, but like physical wise, measurement wise, just an absolute animal at 6'4" and a beast. When you watch his tape, man, it's hilarious. Like it looks like Trey Walker just running around in the backfield. That Cincinnati defense was so
that defense was really fun to watch. And you know what's the beauty about a selection like that, of somebody that may need a little bit of coaching, you're gonna certainly have the players there to kind of do that, but you also have, you know, a linebacking room that isn't very deep with talent. So if he's able to catch on quick, man, he will absolutely get himself some playing time. So and as we all know, you know, playing time is how you really learn. So he could easily be seeing some meaningful minutes midway through the season in that scenario. So absolutely. That's a great selection.
Do you have any picks left?
I
do not.
There's a shocker. I do. I have one pick left, number 124. So,
all right, you got it. Rufus says, since Mark ain't here, he's going to point out that Kyron Williams will be a stud. I love it.
I would absolutely love him in the later rounds. I think he certainly will be a decent player in this league. I don't know about stud, but I like him. That's for sure. I think value-wise, for what you're going to get, for where you're going to pick him, it's definitely fantastic. So, all right. So we all know I've been going heavy offense lately. I really, really wanted to go heavy defense pretty much all drafts. I'm not gonna lie. I really just want to completely just transform this defense. Into something you will not recognize. I mean, we already got somebody in like Hassan Reddick. You know, if you can add 2, 3 potential, you know, starter / you know, major players onto this team along with somebody like Reddick, the sky's the limit of how you know great this defense could be. Oh, there he is.
There you go.
There he is. Oh, but I already took a run at that. So sorry. All right, so I definitely need edge here. I definitely need a corner. Let me just see what the corners are officially looking like here. I think at 124.
Scroll up. I think is it? Did I see? Zion McCollum's the one that a lot of people like.
Oh yeah. Yeah, from Sam Houston. Yeah, actually, that is a good point. I am.
Anik Bari's still there. Interesting.
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, wow.
He. I mean, 6 foot.
Okay, that changes things. Wow. Why is he rated 146?
Yeah, I don't. It's PFF to Draft Network. Everything's different. It's so interesting.
Yeah, no, agreed. Well, then that's the no-brainer here. This kid from South Carolina, I think, could easily slide right into the rotation here, and just absolutely cause some havoc. You know, he's certainly very talented skill-wise, and you know, again, you have Brandon Graham, you have Josh Sweat, you have unfortunately Barnett. And you could throw this kid right in there, and he wouldn't skip a beat. So I think for pick 124 in the fourth round, I just assumed he was gone. So that's an easy one for me. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now I feel a little bit better. All right.
Yeah. Kingsley Enagbare was on my top 10 edge rushers. I think Howie would love him because he's one of the more versatile edge rushers in this class. He played all across the line at South Carolina. He even dropped back into coverage. He's not an elite athlete, but he's got some polish. He's got some moves to get to the quarterback. I think that screams Howie Roseman to me. So that's a great selection. You're making some trades.
Yeah, Buffalo just called me up and said, "Hey, we want to give you our pick at 130." And
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see if I can go for a fifth and a sixth here. I mean, it might not get taken, but yeah. I don't know if I want to give up that much. Whatever. Who cares? It's just a mock draft, right? Trust me, I think I've fleeced enough people with seventh rounders that
I know, right?
I don't think I mind giving one up. All right, so I got my edge. I really feel like corner or interior defensive line is the only way to go. I actually don't mind this kid, Moore Davis. What am I at? 130? Yeah, that's not bad. Like you said, McCollum. I'm not sure why he's down at 181.
Yeah,
I think it should be. Actually, yeah, I think he should be right around this spot. Honestly. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll do that because while it necessarily isn't getting that number 2 starter we've all been kind of wanting, and what you got in Andrew Booth. But yeah, I think this is a kid that can kind of come in, compete for some dime. With whether it's Tay Gowan or McPherson. Whoever is going to be kind of fighting for that 4 and 5 spot on the roster. I think he could easily come in and be part of that, and kind of get more youthful in a position that you always need youth at. So
I love it.
I think actually I'm not too bad with mine now. I might actually be able to get over my Kyle Hamilton.
All right, let's do a quick rundown and close up shop here. Do you want to go through yours?
Yeah, I'll go through mine first here. All right, so at pick number 15, I went Jameson Williams, wide receiver out of Alabama. After every single player that I really wanted went in really strange places. 20, I traded back obviously from 18 to 20 with Pittsburgh and got my boy, linebacker Devin Lloyd, who I will absolutely run around in circles and do backflips for.
Mm-hmm.
42, I traded up a little bit to get Jaquan, or I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Jaquan
Mm-hmm.
Brisker from Penn State, who again I have as my number 2 safety. So I'm very happy to get somebody in the defensive backfield. 83, I went ahead with Cole Strange, interior guard from Chattanooga, who I think next year will basically, if all goes well, will be a starting right guard. Next, I went wide receiver again, Alec Pierce. We really added some speed and some talent to the wide receiver room, and really are giving Jalen Hurts as much weapons as you can. Speaking of weapons, 101, I went with James Cook, running back from Georgia. Just a value I personally think I couldn't kind of give up there. Next, I got Enagbare from South Carolina, edge. Again, really good value there. In fact, I was just assuming he already had went. And then McCollum, cornerback from Sam Houston State at pick 130. So pretty much got all the positions that I really, really needed, other than maybe a D tackle, interior defensive line. I think I hit everything that I needed to hit. I got some really talented players early. And I personally think I got myself at least 3 starters this year, and probably a 4th one for the following year.
I think it was solid, like A- B plus, man. I don't think you should be lowering your head at all. Like I think,
No, no.
I think
I just, man, I just, you know how it is when you do enough of these, and you
Yeah.
see how boards fall, and you look at the, the experts and how their boards fall, and you really get attached to people.
yeah, totally.
And Hamilton to me and Lloyd for that matter are the 2 guys that I want more than anything in this world.
Mhm.
And if some miracle, if they come out of this draft with Hamilton and Lloyd,
Mhm.
it's over. It's literally over. You were probably going to see me in the hospital. I am going to just probably combust. I'm going to be so happy. And honestly, I'm putting it out in the universe so that, everybody knows Hamilton and Lloyd. Let's go. Let's do it.
It's terrific. All right, real quick, I'm just gonna skim through mine. I think I'm pretty close. I think I'm pretty close.
If there was a mock draft that I have seen this year that I would consider to be a perfect mock draft, this can well better be the closest that I've seen for sure. I am so happy with yours.
So the attempt was making the perfect Eagles mock draft. Here we are. I traded up to number 12, got Kyle Hamilton, solidified the secondary, going to be one of the best in the NFL with Andrew Booth Jr., Kyle Hamilton, Darius Slay. Absolutely terrific at pick 23. I traded back, by the way. Then I traded back again. Then I traded up, and I got David Ajabo there at the top of round 2. He's nursing that injury. Who knows what his playing status will be next year, but just an uber talent. And I don't like I'm not a big fan of the drop in talent at the edge position after this, especially after Karlaftis and Ajabo. So it was really a priority to make sure you get one of these studs. And like you said earlier, David Ajabo will be welcomed with open arms by Brandon Graham from Michigan. So George Pickens, number 44, that is an absolute steal. I think he's a first-round talent, true X-receiver, big body, alpha dog, go up and get it type of receiver that can stretch the field. 69, we also traded up and solidified, got more guys for Jonathan Gannon to rotate in that interior defensive line, and DeMarvin Leal, just an uber talent, just needs to kind of get coached up a little bit, which I think he will. And then Jelani Woods is one of my favorite prospects in this draft. I think he's probably more of a day 3 guy, but I just want to solidify that here for the Eagles. I think he's that like Jordan Mailata. Give him like a couple of years, and he's going to be a stud, a flat-out stud behind Dallas Goedert. Just go up and catch everything. 6'7", one of the best athletes in this entire draft. And then I've got a guy here at pick 101 that I think can develop underneath Hassan Reddick, attacking the passer, driving through running backs in the backfield. Darian Beavers is an absolute monster, 6'4" linebacker. Probably not a 3-down player, at least early on, but he can develop into that eventually. We have Matthew saying, I love this mock draft. So I'm going to put this out on Twitter. I'm going to put it out on the channel. Did I accomplish it or not? Did I make the perfect Eagles mock? Yes or no?
If not, it's freaking real close, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, honestly, looking just at this, you obviously have, you essentially have potentially, by the time next year rolls around, you potentially have 5 starters.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. That's how much more perfect can you get than that?
Yeah.
So I think it's a no-brainer. You got Kyle Hamilton, as you said, hopefully an All-Pro for 10 years. Booth Jr. could easily come in, and the fact that he's going to be able to learn from Slay and just up his game. Ajabo, again, coming into a great defensive line room, with Brandon Graham and again, Fletcher Cox and some of the other guys there. As he sits, as he learns, as he develops mentally before he's able to get on the field, I think by the time next year, he's just going to be out there and running. And then Pickens, like we both said, the attitude on this kid makes you just love him. And I already love him. And he's not an Eagle, hopefully not yet. He would be an instant favorite coming into Philadelphia. People would absolutely love him.
All right. Hell of a draft comment. Thank you. Rufus says, damn, all the 200 drafts helped make the best mock this season. Thanks, Rufus. All right. Let's wrap it up. We're already an hour plus in.
Oh, wow.
Ryan, what's going on over at Philly Sports Alliance, man? Time is yours.
We're plugging away, man. We got plenty of shows throughout the week. We're on Facebook, Twitter at Philly Sports PSA, Instagram, Twitch, all the fun stuff. But yeah, we're plugging away. We're doing shows pretty much almost every night. Obviously, as it's draft season too. But yeah, we're having fun doing shows. So check us out there, and obviously, we absolutely love our little partnership here with you guys at TPL. It's been fantastic. Honestly, some of the best people are coming in from the YouTube TPL stream with fantastic comments and just having a good time and making it fun. So we're absolutely loving it, and glad to be finally on the show together.
Yeah, let's make it a weekly thing, man. Let's do like some round tables and talk shop, man.
Yeah, we could definitely do a TPL PSA roundtable show or something.
Perfect. Absolutely love it. Thank you everyone for watching. Last plug, be sure to check us out Thursday night, 8 p.m., Friday night, 8 p.m. We're breaking down every single pick. Eagles across the board, NFL across the board. We have video highlights, clips of all of my videos, every single positional ranking. I promise you, you're not going to find more knowledge here with our guys here. Like, we've been grinding on this since December, man. It's going to be just because it's bittersweet. It's one of those bittersweet things where it's like it's almost over, but for me it's Christmas. It's the best day of the year.
No, I honestly, pretty much every one of our shows, again, when I mention our fantastic partnership, that's the first thing I say. I say, listen, anybody is looking for draft coverage, TPL is the place to go. I mean, you guys went insane, and in like the best possible way, ever, because you broke every position down, you broke specific prospects down, you did mock drafts left and right. You did basically everything that somebody from a novice to even somebody who considers themselves, a very knowledgeable fan could not only be entertained, but also gain knowledge. And that's what it's all about. And bar none, you guys absolutely killed it. So
thanks, man.
Congratulations. And, it's, like you said, bittersweet, but it's one last ride Thursday, Friday night, and just enjoy it and pray to God how he does the right things, right?
Oh my God, and Doc Rivers as well, because we'll be live. It's going to be a draft watch party, but also Sixers Raptors watch party as well. It's going to be a hot mess. I'm already stressed beyond the F out. Beyond the F out, I can't even handle it. But guys, we're wrapping it up. Go follow Philly Sports Alliance on Facebook, anywhere you get your content. I promise you'll be thanking me later. My man Ryan, thank you so much for joining again. Guys, be sure to smash that subscribe button for Ryan, for myself. Stay awesome, everyone.
Third down. Hurts keeps. Hurts cuts. Hurts has the first down. And Jalen Hurts. And it just put it away for the Eagles.
The Philadelphia Eagles select Devontae Smith, wide receiver, Alabama.